Ambition is the great fire. It's the liberator of the unconscious person, you know? It's like the first requirement of all action.
I have no fear. I have only ambition, and I want mine, and I will do anything to protect and feed my family.
Welcome to the Ambition.
How you doing, man? I can hear you very well.
Okay, cool. And who do I have on the line right now?
This is Boss Dogg XL. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed and highly favored. You know how that say.
Right. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? We want to definitely get right into the interview and everything like that. First, I want to ask, where were you born and raised at?
I was born in Queens, New York, Southside Jamaica, Queens.
So, when we look at that area, as far as much as you remember from being a youngin', what would you describe that area as being? Give me like 3 good words that could describe that area back then. Not currently, but back then.
Back then, we talking about crazy as hell.
Crazy?
Crazy. You had to, I was born in 40 projects. You had to fight to get in 40 projects. You had to fight to get out 40 projects, you know? It was an era of people who, it was about respect, but, you know, you had to earn respect. It wasn't about just giving it, you know?
Right. And you know what I mean? I mean, when you're saying that you had to fight in and fight out, like you fighting different crews in different buildings, or just people that just cool with each other, or what was like the kind of like the issues a lot?
I mean, it was one time that I was fighting this one dude. I was actually outside just playing in the playground. I was like maybe 12 years old at the time, and I was fighting this one dude, I guess because of the fact that they just wanted to pick on somebody, and I happened to be the person at the time.
Right,
so
okay.
I started fighting one dude, and you know, I ain't gonna lie, back then we used to fight with our eyes closed, just you know, whatever.
Right.
I started off fighting one person, but to open my eyes to find out I was fighting his brother.
Damn. All right,
You know, then my brother jumped in. You know what I mean? So it was like it is what it is, but we gained respect because them same dudes that I was fighting that back then, within 2 weeks, we were cool with each other. That's the one thing about like being in the hood. You earn respect. As long as you wasn't a coward, it didn't matter whether you won or you lost. As long as you earn that respect just by handling your business, you know?
Right. So it wasn't pretty much hey, I lost, I want to murder you now.
Nah, not at all.
Right.
We have respect for each other to where as long as you was out there doing you do, it is what it is. I remember, now, if you want to talk about that, I remember what happened in Shadyville, in Hempstead Avenue. One kid, he was slapboxing with somebody else. He was like good 14 years old. He was slapboxing with this dude who was about 23 years old. And not for nothing, he was giving them the business, you know?
Right.
And basically, the 23-year-old apparently was real embarrassed because everybody was out there and he was basically getting outboxed. He went into the house, grabbed his gun, and shot the 14-year-old. You know what I mean? Not for nothing, Shadyville, Queens. That's what it was.
Man, that's crazy. So,
yeah.
Was the neighborhood a mixture of what type of personalities? Like, what was going on in the neighborhood? I know you had like the gangster type of shit or whatever like that. But what created a sense of balance?
Well, back then, this was before the Bloods took over. Back then it was the Jamaicans was on Jamaica Avenue, on the Coliseum on 165th. The Jamaicans was like really beefing with everybody, and they was known for pulling cleavers on people. You know, we was in high school, and but you know, basically we was just having fun. Used to rap right outside the Coliseum, but you know, every now and then beef jumped off. You had a lot of. It was cultural diversified. You had a lot of Puerto Ricans.
Okay. You
had a lot of Jamaicans and a lot of Haitians.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like when they say, you know, what culture did you come from? Well, not for nothing, I grew up around a whole lot of cultures, so I picked up a lot of cultures, you know what I mean?
Okay. Kind of blending them together.
Yeah.
Right.
You had to. If you wanted to talk to a girl who was Spanish, you had to learn some type of Spanish. You had to talk to a girl who was Haitian, you had to learn a little bit of Creole, you know what I mean?
Right, okay.
You had to.
Okay, so that made you kind of like better, like you will, yeah, okay.
Oh, yes, sir.
I got you. So around this time, you was about like how old you figure? Around this time?
Good 14, 15 years old when I was chilling on Jamaica Avenue.
Okay, so we have an idea of how the environment was. What was inside the house environment? What was moms and pops like?
Well, I lived with my mom until I was about a good 11 years old. And not for nothing, it was what it was. We was moving all over the place. Like, I started off in 40 projects. Then I was on Linden Boulevard. And then I was on 194th from between Murdoch and Farmers. My grandmother lived on Farmers Boulevard on 115th. And Farmers Boulevard was always crazy. No matter, this was at the same time LL Cool J had just came out.
Okay.
He was repping Farmers Boulevard right by the Rock. Well, my grandmother's house was right up the stairs from where the Rock was at.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And speaking of LL, go ahead.
I lived with my dad from like 14 on.
Okay.
And that was in Queens Village on 214th and Hillside. Even then. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you, when you moved with your dad, what was the difference in the neighborhood? Was it kind of the same, or did you have to adjust to different things?
I definitely had to adjust because me growing up in the hood, in junior high school, I went to four different high schools. I got kicked out of four different junior high schools, So when I actually went to a high school junior high school that I graduated from, it was 109 in Queens Village.
Okay.
Definitely a difference. It was more white people over there, but it was more like white people that wanted to be black. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, that's how that went.
So they was like the cousins a little bit. Culture.
Yeah.
Cousins, right.
Exactly.
Right. I got you. So was it at what point did you start getting into like the arts? So we're talking around like 12 years old, but was it earlier that you started knowing if you can draw real good, if you can dance, if you do music stuff? At what point did you start realizing?
I put it like this. My father is a musician.
Okay.
My father, he plays the drums. Right now, he's still teaching music in Pennsylvania, but he played every instrument. So growing up, my house was like the Jackson 5 to where my two sisters could sing. My brother, he used to beatbox and play the drums, and I was always rapping. So I've been rapping since I was 10 years old, to be honest with you. I started really getting serious around 15, 16.
Okay.
Listening to my dad, listening to James Brown, Otis Redding, Marvin Gaye, you know what I mean? Al Green, that's all he played,
Right. Okay.
I grew up listening to real music, you know? So I just started rapping.
Okay. That's some good ass influences too to have. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Definitely. Okay. So when the music started hitting your heart, hitting your soul, and you getting ready to start putting it down on paper and everything, what was the first song you wrote?
The first song I ever did, I don't remember the title or the name, but I remember it because I opened up for Cool G Rap.
Okay.
He was one of my idols that I always loved back then, but I don't remember the center, but it was on Jamaica and 225th, might have been 221st or 225th. There was this community center, and they was doing a show, and I opened up for him, and that's when I knew that something was going on. You know what I mean? Definitely.
Bad. So how was the crowd? Describe, if you can remember, like I know you should be able to remember, but how was like the crowd being in that area and everything, and how could you compare it to how it is in like a concert now?
The crowd then?
Yeah.
Everybody felt you. You know what I mean? Everybody showed love. If there was a problem, security handled that. But most of the time people just came out to have fun. It was no nonsense and none of that. You know, people just wanted to have fun. It feels like to now though, you got people who shooting for no reason. The one thing about it back then, it was more fights, but it was less shooting.
Okay.
This day and age, you got people who don't want to fight. They don't want to take that L.
Mm-hmm.
So they just go home and get their gun, and all of a sudden you a man because you got a gun in your hand. I don't respect that, you know.
Right.
But back then the crowd was I guess you call it humble as far as we just came out to have fun. Came out to, to holler at the girl. Came out to, party, listen to good music, and just have fun. That's what it was.
Right. I can understand that. Wish it could be more.
I mean, back in the days, if you remember, I don't know if you from there, but you remember Lost Boys used to
I heard of Lost Boys, yeah.
Oh yeah. Lost Boys used to basically in a park. I forget the name of the park. Lord have mercy. Liberty Park.
Okay.
Liberty Park. The Lost Boys used to throw a jam every summer, and Cheeks would be there. You know what I mean? And everybody would have fun. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's how it was. Even when they had Queen's Day, where everybody was over there on Murdoch about O'Connor Park.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody used to just have fun. But that's back in the days when Mark Jackson was doing his thing. And everybody used to have fun. Big Daddy Kane came over there. Kool G Rap came. Now that's the dude I grew up listening to. So,
right. So what's since Kool G Rap is influenced into your art, give the listeners an understanding of why he should be an artist that you need to listen to, like right now, like listen to a like classic, timeless type of masterpiece.
Bars, man, bars.
Right.
Not for nothing, bro. These dudes out here don't have no bars for real. Like,
Okay.
Kool G Rap was one of the rap gods. Between him and Rakim.
Right.
And then right after that was Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One. They was the teachers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And these dudes these days don't know nothing about bars at all. They feel like they can just rap a little bit. I might as well make a song called Sitting on the Toilet and watch it go platinum. You know what I mean? Like, they don't understand nowadays exactly what the music is. They feel like they can just drop one line, make it sound a little bit catchy, and that's that. They give more respect to the beat nowadays than they get to the lyrics.
Right,
I don't understand that.
Right. It was I guess. Go ahead.
Bars, man. Not for nothing. Kool G Rap. When you heard this, he ain't never ever made a whack song. Ever. He ain't never made a whack song. And the hottest joint he got to me was on the symphony track.
The symphony. Bet. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I remember one song, man. In school, I used to be like, when it didn't burn them like a TV, similar like a TV dinner or something like that. He had said in one of them songs. I'm trying to remember. I remember Roll the Riches in that. Because he was rocking with DJ Polo and them, right?
Exactly. Him and DJ Polo.
Yeah. So
he's still relevant to this day. If he get on a mic right now, I guarantee you his song will still go platinum.
Think so?
I know so.
Okay.
I know. Because if you think about it, right, look. Method Man, and he another one that's gifted. Method Man right now can get on any track and body anybody.
I agree on that.
Anybody.
Wait a minute.
Another dude that a lot of people don't give respect to.
Right.
Black Thought from the Roots.
Okay. Yeah.
When we talking about bars, I'm gonna give it to you, bro. Bars.
Right. So why you think there's a way that's been switched to having lyrics, having imagery, storytelling, metaphors, analogies? Why you think it's switched to just like whatever now? You know what I'm saying? Whatever comes to thought. What do you think, personally, what you feel like happened in hip hop?
Well, to be honest with you, you had to be gifted in order to spit bars. and you had to be educated.
Right.
A lot of these dudes now is not educated.
Right.
They're not. I remember where, in order to study your flow and your metaphors, we had to read vocabulary. We had to read the dictionary.
Yeah, right.
These dudes is lazy. They don't want to read the dictionary.
Right.
You know, and these dudes nowadays feel like they don't have to graduate from high school.
Right.
They feel like they don't have to perfect their craft. All they got to do is, you know, get a hot beat somewhere, throw something together. That mumble rap, you know, look, I ain't trying to really disrespect people, but that mumble rap, I myself can't really get with it.
Right.
And if you listen to from what the young generation is and to what the older generation is, like Method Man would spit something and you wasn't too sure how he meant that. Like it would go if you wasn't educated, it really would go over your head. Right. If you was educated, you'd be like, yo, I like the way he flipped that. But nowadays they're not educated, and that's sad. It's sad because the teachers now is just passing these kids. They really don't care about them. They just passing these kids to get a check or whatever, just to you know, basically let them go by. That's sad, but that's true. You know?
Right. And you know what I mean?
If you ask one of these young generations right now to read a script, they don't really know how to do it.
Right. Yeah. They is cutting a lot of stuff out in the school system, yeah. Because hip hop was about being like educated, having that vocabulary, being able to spit something to make you stop. You like, what the hell dude say? Maybe you go get a dictionary and figure out what that word was. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. When you know really the teaching everything, you know. Okay, I got you. I got you. So when you get to high school, so you say you start taking everything seriously around like 16 years old. So you get to high school. What was high school like?
My first two, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. My first 2 years of high school, I was just having fun.
Right.
You know, I was doing my work, but I was just having fun.
Define fun. Without getting too like that, yeah.
All right, look. Fun to me was, I know school started at 8. I ain't get to school till 9:30.
Okay.
I would hang out on a lunchroom, be rapping in the cafeteria. You know, I'd probably go to math class and gym, and then break out by 2:30. I'd be on Jamaica Avenue by 3.
Okay.
That's what. But the one thing about me was I wasn't no dummy.
Right.
Because I would come to school on test days, and my teacher swore up and down that I would cheat. Because I would come to school on test days, pass the test, and then walk out.
Right.
I wasn't a dummy, no. You know, I graduated high school with a Regents diploma, which is like an honors diploma. Mm-hmm. But they couldn't understand how can I come into the classroom and just pass the test and then walk out.
Right.
That's the sad part. But you know, one thing, I ain't no dummy. You know, I mean, I just knew what I was doing.
Right. What was it about? What was it about the classroom settings you think that made you not want to sit in the classroom? Made you feel like, man, I know.
Boring.
It was what? Boring.
I already knew the work. I'm being honest with you, bro. I already knew the work.
Okay.
I would sit there for the first 3 to 4 days of the school, and if I felt like it was a waste of my time, I walked out.
Okay.
You know.
So let me.
I remember one person telling my father, he's in the roll book, but I ain't never seen him.
Right. Okay. So if we look at the high school, what's the name of the high school again? We gotta give a shout out to that high school.
Martin Van Buren High School.
Okay, Martin Van Buren. All right. Okay. He was one of the presidents. All right, cool. And who was at that school? Who was your favorite teacher and subject?
My favorite subject was math. As far as favorite teacher, I don't remember.
You remember?
But my favorite subject was math. I was in co-op too, which was like 1 week school and 1 week work. Okay. And I did construction. Now, as far as the work go, they had us reconstructing a farm.
Right.
And he taught me construction work. Now I remember his name. His name was Pete Battaglia.
Okay.
And Battaglia is like a mob name. But yeah,
Right.
Pete Battaglia was this man's name. And he taught us everything as far as measurements, taught us how to do plumbing, electrical work, and everything. We basically renovated a farm.
Okay.
Hey, we had fun doing it though.
That sounds dope too, right? Yeah. That sounds, especially being in high school though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Sitting around with doing construction with the hat on and everything.
Right.
We had fun.
Cool. So you graduated from the high school, Van Buren, with high honors and everything. So at that point, when you get out of high school, where do you take the music from there?
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I was hustling.
Right.
But you know, look. The whole thing about it is, I was hustling, but I was still there trying to do what I got to do, and I was still in the studio, just buying stuff bit by bit, piecing it together. You know, just doing my music. I was on a couple of mixtapes. DJ Clue had just came out, and I did a little bit of something with him. You know what I mean? Back in the days, just when my homie P Dap was coming out. P Dap was coming out the same time Fabulous was coming out. So
Okay.
you know, we did a little something together. You know.
Okay. So tell me why. Okay, because this seems to be a problem in hip hop a lot too. Is the balance between the hustling life on the streets and being an artist. And sometimes when you mix them together, some people fail and very few succeed in it. So what is it about making that choice? Why not jump deep into the music and leave the hustling alone? Or is it more of get up enough money to invest into the music?
It ain't enough money.
Okay.
I mean, not for nothing. Do you realize how much money you need to get into this rap game?
Okay.
You know what I mean? And like every time you turn around, like I put it like this. I'm in Orlando, Florida right now. Since I've been out here, I've been trying to build up with people. I've had people tell me, well, I charge you $50 finder's fee. Just to talk to you? I'm going to pay you $50 just to have a conversation with you?
Right.
I don't get that.
Right.
Nowadays, a lot of people don't show love as far as putting stuff together. If you remember back in the day, the Juice Crew, they was all of a different part of town, but they all came together to do stuff together.
Right.
And it was for the love of it. Ain't nobody had to pay to get on the track back then. You know what I mean? Right. But now you got dudes, I guess they just want to make a name for themselves, but they want, to pay or whatever. And the hustle ain't the same.
Right.
Out here nowadays, the hustle is not the same. When it came down to making money, everybody was on their grind. Even if you had a 4-man team together, you knew your position. Somebody was do captain, lieutenant, whatever. You knew your position.
Right.
Now everybody want to be for self.
Right.
That's how it is. How you supposed to make it if you just want to be for self? And now, you want me to be honest with you? Your question that you asked, what's the biggest difference?
Yeah.
Loyalty.
Very, very, very important word. Yeah.
There is no more loyalty, and sometimes you're loyal to the wrong individual.
Yeah.
If you think about it, and nobody nowadays is not seeing jail time. So if I said to you, I'm doing a crime with you, and they bag you, I'm going to jail because you're going to definitely snitch.
Right.
You know what I mean? But even in this music industry, there is no more loyalty. If I said me and you was going to do a song together or whatever, if something happens, you going to sell me out. That's how it is. That's how it is now. That's not how it was all together, but that's how it is now. There's no loyalty.
Right. Because, your hip-hop was built on, like, loyalty and support and everything.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like if you have that type of behavior in the culture, it's kind of like stripping it away from its beauty.
They don't understand. The young generation don't understand what loyalty is. They all for self.
Right. A lot of them. It depends on how you respond under pressure.
To be honest with you, the record companies and all of that, they all about divide and conquer.
Okay.
You know, if you look at it, they'll tell you don't really need that person. We just want you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then
Like you'll be a whole crew and they just pick one person.
Yeah. Huh?
I said it'd be like a whole crew and they just pick one person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely. And they picked one. They did it. I just watched New Edition. Found out they tried that with them.
Yeah.
They did it with Nelly and the Saint Lunatics. They did it. They do it with a whole bunch of them.
Right.
They pick one person and say, okay, we're gonna stick with that person. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was 25 years old, I met my cousin in North Carolina.
Right.
And he's from New Bern, North Carolina. And this dude, his name is Tamari Masonette. Now this dude right here, that's my cousin. And that's also my partner in crime. It don't matter what I do, he riding with me. I'm riding with him.
Right.
You can't break us up. It's okay, I got songs just by myself, but I guarantee you when I get on, he on.
Right.
And but we family. Nowadays blood ain't even the same. You gotta do it is not. Like I said, there's no loyalty. Blood ain't even the same no more.
So what do you think changed it?
A blood family member will do you dirty now just because they know they can. They're supposed to.
Because they comfortable with you, huh?
Exactly.
Right. So what do you think? What do you think made the shift? What do you think changed, man, with the people? Why went to having strong loyalty to now so much disloyalty?
Good question. Now times is hard.
Right.
People are more easier manipulative.
Do you think the money is the bait?
Yeah.
You think it's the bait? Because if you look at back in the Big Daddy Kane era, not to say every single body practice how I'm about to say, it's just like they called you a sellout if you compromised your manhood. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you took like money and like went against your homeboy that you grew up with on some other shit because somebody gave you some dollar, like you was a sellout, people wouldn't fuck with you, though. You know what I'm saying? But now it seems like it kind of like reversed into a whole different direction as far as like behavior. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like if I give you this amount of much money, dog, you won't do that song with that dude over there that you promised and shit. Like back in the day, I'd probably be like, man, I'm doing this song, dog. Fuck that money. You know what I'm saying? We gonna make money over here. And you probably really have a vendetta against that person for saying that shit to your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now it's kind of like totally switched and shit. Maybe it is because of the money. The money, the art,
Man,
the art isn't what it's about. No more.
Money, power, and respect.
Mm-hmm.
Money, power, and respect. You know what I mean? Nowadays, people is all about is the greed. If they can get money, then they gonna do what they gotta do. Nowadays, people are selling out their own mama because this loyalty ain't the same.
Right.
It's sad, but true.
But then it's kind of like, but then do you think for the younger generation, it's kind of like a disadvantage for them because it's just like somebody can always control you because somebody always got more money than you, but they may not have more loyalty to you to a person.
True. All right, but it's one thing that the younger generation don't do that the older generation found out that they need to do.
What's
Read
up?
your contract.
Okay.
Read your contract. That's the one thing the older generation found that out, and we found it out the hard way.
Okay.
But the younger generation, they got this attitude where we don't have to listen to you, and we're not you, so we know better. Only we trying to save you from the same nonsense we've been through.
Right.
I'm 44 years old. I ain't get here by myself to where I ain't know what I'm talking about.
Right.
You know? But the younger generation, they hotheads. Don't get it twisted. You can't get mad at that because we was hotheads once then.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It was somebody telling us, bro, slow down. But we ain't want to slow down. We wanted to do what we had to do. Now you got the young generation right here who want to go ahead and do what they got to do, but they're not listening. So all you can do is pray for them and keep moving. You know?
Right. But I kind of like even probably back then, man, you still have respect for your elders. It's kind of like, you know what I mean? If you was on a block and you was like selling whatever.
You know why you have respect for your elders?
Man, because they beat your ass.
Grandma didn't play.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Grandma did not play. Bottom line.
Yeah, because who you
Yeah.
was a reflection of the family. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Let me
You
tell
going out there doing shit,
They
man.
said it takes a whole village to raise one child. They wasn't lying. They wasn't lying. Because Sister Johnson down the street, if she saw you doing wrong, she would whoop you behind. And then bring you back home to your mama, who would whoop you behind. And then if you still had your father in the picture, he would whoop you behind. So I guarantee you wasn't out there doing that nonsense no more.
Right.
You know,
Right.
the attitude that we had back in the day is, if you taught your child the right way, the cops wouldn't have to later on.
There you go. There you go.
You know?
There you
Now they got these, oh, if you touch your child, we calling the police. You can call them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in timeout. I believe in knockout.
Right. Right.
My kids, listen, my kids will tell you, bro, I got 5 kids, all right? And they all live with me. You know what I mean? I don't play them games. They'll tell you real quick. If I'm cold-hearted, I'm mean, call it what you want, but I love them that much.
Right.
But they know I don't play games.
Right.
If that teacher says, we got to call your father, I guarantee you they straighten up.
Right.
Mm.
Definitely.
And now it's like these people, oh, we calling the police and child abuse. Back then, people getting hit with curtain rods and irons and extension cords.
Yeah.
Nobody called child abuse then.
Right. Yeah, different. Because if you look at the art and you know, in the music and in the hip hop and everything, it's kind of like, you know, who you are as a human being is introduced to the art. Like, you still a human being first, how you raised and what you taught, and your values and your morals and all that. So once you get to the art, it can spread in either way. It can spread to be crazy shit, or it can spread to be something that's empowering from what you was taught.
What's crazy is the pain and the suffering that we endured when we was younger taught us to be a man today. I had a question that I asked my kids. Taking you out of the hood, did it help you or hurt you?
Right.
I mean, I didn't want you to deal with the pain and the suffering that I've been through, but does that make you a weak person? It's a good question.
Yeah.
Because my sons, I love them to death, but they don't have my heart.
Right. Because they ain't been in the jungle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
I think for the black male, and you know, not to sound crazy, but I think like if you look at what the future of the black male and what they got to go through and everything, you kind of like have to be raised in the jungle with weapons and shit. You got to have some type of savagery about yourself in order to survive. But it's kind of like.
But nowadays, the younger generation feel like the things we tell them how we was back in the day. They say they can't believe that it's true. They say we exaggerate and, you know, it's really not that bad. But when they find out it's really that bad, that's when they be like, oh, I should have listened. It's kind of too late then.
Hey, but that's like crazy though, cause I remember not want to go to school. I think one day, and I was around my grandfather. My grandfather was talking about, man, I had to walk 10 miles barefooted to go to school, and I'm thinking in my mind, man, you ain't walking no 10 miles without no shoes, man, and no fucking gravel road in Mississippi, man. Like, so it is some truth to that though, man. The kids, like, they probably don't even believe it and shit like that until like you do get older, until you start suffering from your own stuff and you start seeing like what that person's saying.
When you get older, you start to see how much truth they talk. Like, I work in as a CNA at a hospital, but I also work in the psych ward. And being in the psych ward, man, you see a lot. I mean, you see a lot. You see people 23 years old, you know, they living on SSI. You know what I mean? They basically is not working at all. See, the one thing about New York is this, though. If you wanted to holler at a broad,
right,
you had to have money. It was a status symbol. No female wanted to talk to you if you ain't have a job.
Right.
Now out here, you got these dudes. Don't keep it 100 with you. These dudes out here lost their nuts.
Okay.
For real. Because the female going to work, the female's busting their behind, well, most of them. busting they behind, doing what they gotta do, and the dudes is home, sitting there, watching the kids, calling the wife up, saying, can I get $5 for a beer? How you a man?
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't get how you a man when you gotta ask your woman for money for something you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, though, these females allow it, so technically, whose fault is it?
Right. It could be partially the parents' fault.
Yeah.
If you look at it too, though.
Yeah.
So when we talk about because it's good to be able to talk about things that go in the community, because that's one thing about the ambition too, is I feel like the community shapes the artist. You know what I'm saying? And then what you experience growing up and everything like that, you put in within the art. Sometimes you experience some tragic shit, you be wanting to snap off, but you need to put it in the art so you don't. You know what I'm saying? So give us some ideas of some different types of songs that you're gonna be putting out this new year. Kind of like content, like lyrical content, social content.
Well, I got a song called Pain in My Life.
Okay.
Now, Pain in My Life is more like, if you listen to it, it's like, okay, the females, they always sing about how the dudes do them wrong, and they always sing about the pain that's going on in their life and this and that, but no dude has ever just come out and said exactly how they feel. Okay. You know what I mean? And the song Pain in My Life, like after I finished recording the song, my engineer looked at me like, damn, brother, you need a hug or something,
Right.
But I put my heart and soul into this song because at that present moment, I just found out my 21-year-old was pregnant.
Okay.
By a clown dude who really ain't doing nothing for himself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then all of the nonsense. One of my baby mamas was doing the nonsense with me or whatever. And like I wound up getting my daughter, and I seen all the drama and the pain that I was going into.
Right.
And I couldn't understand it. But I had to take a step back and just look at reality. Mm-hmm. So when I talk about pain in my life, talk about basically all the drama, the struggle of being a single father, of being, that man that had to sit there and rock his son to sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning because he was crying and he wouldn't go back to sleep, and you had to be to work at 7. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I know what it is to be that mother and father to where I had to pay the daycare and pay child support at the same time. To where I did 31 days in jail for child support, but when I got custody of my kids and I tried to take the mother to court for child support, the judge told me there's nothing that he could do because she on welfare. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just life in general. But the whole thing about it is, instead of punching a wall, a lot of people go into other stuff like boxing and sports or whatever, but to me, I take my heart, my soul, and I put it into my music.
Right.
And you can feel that in my music.
Right. Definitely, man. We definitely gotta be able to tell, everybody that, because sometimes people just lose it, man. They be in jail and shit, man, or they be dead in the cemetery and everything. You gotta put it into the art. It's more beneficial.
I put it to you like this. I believe there's a lot of hot rappers right now, except for they in jail.
Okay.
Because of the fact that we don't know how to control our anger.
Okay. That's the truth.
We let everything else dictate our life. Life is going to kick you in the ass, bro. The question is, how do you handle it?
Right. Right. So that song, where can people get that song at?
Say that again?
I said, where can people get that song at?
I got it on SoundCloud. I'm about to do a video for it.
Okay.
But if you look up Nathaniel Roberts on SoundCloud, it'll definitely be there.
Nathaniel Roberts.
Nathaniel Roberts. It's on SoundCloud. It's me with a picture of me being a ball of fire.
Okay.
That's me.
All right, bet.
Also, I got a video out right now called "Tired of All the Drama," and that's on YouTube. If you look up Boss Dogg, and that's on YouTube. But that song right there, "Tired of All the Drama," that song blew up, bro.
Okay.
That song right there blew up real quick. And that song was basically just me stating I'm tired of all this nonsense. I'm tired of the nonsense about the young generation just making songs for whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I just spoke how I felt, you know?
Okay, but that's the only way you can be, is speak how you feel, have the truth in the art, because it needs to be more of that truth in the art.
True indeed.
You know what I'm saying? So, anything last words you want to be able to give to the listeners and everything?
Basically, you know, I'm real about everything I say. Everything I say I've either done or I'm still doing. I give respect to any music that's out here because I grew up as a musician. I grew up around musicians. All I ask is you perfect your craft. You can't be lazy about it. That's all I ask. If you want to do something, get on the grind and do what you got to do. You know what I mean? And in order for you to make money, truthfully, it's not really about money. But if you want to make it about money, then make sure you put your heart and soul into it. You know what I mean? I give respect to all these battle rappers out here. You know, they doing their thing. I give respect. Yo, truth be told, bro, I went to high school. Martin Van Buren was Smack White.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I got a cousin right now named Blue Ray Blade. He right under the boy Briz Rothstein in Darkside from North Carolina. And, you know, Peoples is doing their thing. You know, I got Peoples in North Carolina and New Bern. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Burn City Soldiers. That's the group I've been with for the longest. You know what I mean? Like I said, when I come out and I do everything the way I'm supposed to, Burn City Soldiers coming right behind me. Give respect to my brother Big G. You know what I mean? Glenn Roberts, he doing his thing. You know, everybody be humble, man. But we trying to do what we gotta do. You feel me?
Right. I got you. And thanks, man, for coming on the Ambition. Boss Dogg up here kicking it, and it's good, man. It's good to be able to, kind of like, not to say it so religiously, but kind of like give our street testimony. Give our testimony, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when you get to be 40, 50, 60 years old and everything, it's a reason why you live that long and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's the way you move, and it's the way you know what I'm saying, codes and ethics and how you moving and this, that, and that, and what you learn to give you more life. You know what I'm saying? That's what the younger generation should want. They should want more life. I want to live longer. I don't want to think about, well, I'm going to die tomorrow. That shit's got to be depressing as hell if I got to wake up thinking I'm going to die and shit. You know what I'm saying?
The younger generation think they know everything right now.
That's what it is.
The one thing about it is, all I ask is you be humble. Even if you feel like you know everything, be humble. Because you don't know everything. And anybody can be taught anything. You know what I mean? So, if you humble, you will just sit back and observe. You know what I mean? Listen, man, I was taught where, like I said, the loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room. If you would sit back and observe, it's them quiet ones you need to worry about. Man, think about how we was in high school. The loudest one, you ain't worried about him. It's that quiet dude that done stab dude in the eye with a pencil, and you be like, where the hell that come from? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
You know, you just gotta sit back and be humble. That's all.
There you go. All right, Boss Dogg. Nice talking to you and everything, man. I'll be talking to you soon, okay?
Yes, sir. You take it easy, man.
All right, then. Thank you.
No problem.